Right, let's move back to Diane, and you're having a look at facts and non-facts, reality and non-reality. A fake Kate, question mark. Are you muted, Diane?
Oh, sorry. Where is the fake Kate and where is the real Kate? And do either one of them exist at this point in 2024? This was from the cover of Us magazine from this month, asking how is she doing? And some other sources have said, quote, never come back in the same way people saw her as before, I think is what it says. So what exactly is going on with Kate? Well, let's get into that a little bit. And to do that, we are going to go back to AI. So continuing my coverage from last week on Fully Facted, can I say that, Brian? The AI edition of Full Fact this week, because AI is something that Full Fact says that they've been working on very hard for the last several years. I would like to note as well that even though some of the new algorithms are out there and processing power is faster than what it was in the past, that the basic idea and the basic working of artificial intelligence started back with Alan Turing in the 1950s. So this has been around for quite a while. And so it's certainly not anything new in terms of a new paradigm or new anything else. There's just maybe some advantages to, as I said, processing power and algorithm design. But I want to go back to Tim Gordon, who I briefly mentioned last week as a trustee of Full Fact and the co-founder of Best Practice AI. Not too much on him, but just as a reminder, he is tied in with the World Economic Forum. He wrote some toolkits and some other pieces of information for how to look at how the WEF can incorporate AI into what they are doing. And so I can't say that we entirely trust him. He is, however, a trustee of Full Fact. And again, not to go into too much detail, but just to say that this is an example of the toolkit that he was part of creating. He was a contributor to this AI C-suite toolkit, empowering AI leadership. And honestly, this is I think, 120-page PDF, which you can find online. And I tried to go into some basic understanding of what it was trying to do and got really confused. It's really boring. It's all very conceptual, but these graphics that I've got here are something that he contributed to directly through Best Practice AI, for whatever it's worth. And so Google itself has been doing a lot of funding of Full Fact and fact-checking. And there's a lot of examples of this on their website of how Google has given them money to build the automated fact-checking tools. They were included in Google search results for a while, but they got rid of it because they realized it was rubbish and wasn't really doing anything useful except maybe making things more complicated. 2019 is the most recent time when I can see that Google donated money to Full Fact. And it says here it was all part of winning the AI Impact Challenge, just one of 20 winners out of over 2,600 entrants. And they said what they're going to do with this money is to work with experts to figure out how AI could transform fact-checking at scale and to create and deploy and evaluate these tools. So what is Google involved with now? We'll come back to Full Fact and everything for just a minute, but what they've said here is that now they are funding $25 million with an open call to use AI to accelerate progress on the Sustainable Development Goals. So again, is this really independent? Is this truly factual? Or is this, in fact, biased in some way? Well, we can talk about that later. So going back to Full Fact AI, now that Google has given them this money and they've done this work, they have created a set of tools to alleviate pain points that we experience in the fact-checking process. And so what does it do? Well, there's a way that you can sign up to test the Full Fact tools and you can apply them yourselves. I will say a couple of weeks ago, I signed up to get access to the Full Fact AI tools to play with them myself by saying that I was a member of the media through UK Column. And for some strange reason, they have not given me access to those tools yet. I can't possibly imagine why. But these are the main steps that are identified: collecting, monitoring data, identify and label claims, match the claims, real-time checks, and publish the results. That's the basics of what they say that they are doing. So what can AI fact check? Well, that's an interesting question. Here's something that came up in it was from the Irish Guards from a few days ago. This letter from Kate saying, well, what is it that can be corrected? What is the, she wrote this letter, it's full of errors. And we also see as well that when in some of the mainstream media sources that talked about this letter, both through the BBC and through, I think it was The Independent, where they either corrected her writing, if it was Kate's writing. In fact, we don't really know, but it was signed Colonel Catherine, but we don't know. And so we have to wonder, if it was truly the Princess of Wales who wrote that, wouldn't somebody be involved in making sure that she had correct grammar and spelling before it went out to the Irish Guards? We see here the user-generated AI Kate, and we're going to watch a video of this, which has been claimed to be a user-generated AI, because someone asked me if we can, in fact, fact-check the Kate cancer video, which was the famous one put out officially, produced apparently at BBC Studios, saying, well, there is a cancer video. Can we fact check? Does this happen? Does her arm move? And these kinds of things. So, but let's see the definitely AI generated Kate video now, if we have that, please.
On the 25th of December 2023, I made my last public appearance with my family at their Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England. It has now been over 5 months and I have not been seen in public, nor have I been seen with my children who mean so much to me. The photos and videos that have been released have been AI manipulated, including the audio which you are listening to. Please keep asking questions. Something is not right and you might still be able to help. Thank you.
So again, we know that was an AI generated Kate that was admitted. We have Photoshop Kate, which again was admitted by the Prince and Princess of Wales, saying that she Photoshopped this photo of herself and her children. That was the Mother's Day photo. And we see there that some people have said, well, this is this Vogue magazine cover that her face came from. And so this has been spreading all over the internet with different memes and so on. It's kind of making fun of the whole situation, unfortunately. But what I want to say about fact-checking videos in particular, I tried a couple of things. First, I wanted to test ChatGPT, which runs based on OpenAI. And OpenAI said, well, first of all, I asked, is she dead? And they said, well, no, she's not dead. There have been no reports or official announcements. Okay. And then I asked, is the Kate cancer video real? And said, well, no, it's despite speculation and conspiracy theories, it is real and not AI generated. And it goes on to explain it was produced by BBC Studios. We've looked at high resolution versions. We've done a lot of analysis. And according to these 3 different sources that they've cited here, one of them being full fact, we cannot say that it was a deepfake or an AI generated video. So I went to that full fact source and just clicked on that link right there. And what did it say to us? The next slide, we can see, no, we can't currently fact check for AI or deepfakes with video. It's just not possible. We don't have the tools to do it, even though Full Fact claims that they do have the ability to fact check. And no, her ring does not vanish. It's all totally fine. But we actually know that the technology does not yet exist to check videos in particular for AI or deepfakes. And I certainly don't think that Full Fact saying that they can is a true statement, because as we know, the technology isn't there for anyone to do it, no matter how much money you've been provided from Google. This is actually from OpenAI itself, or from an organization associated with using the OpenAI technology. Right there, it says, unfortunately, we have no reliable AI video detector at the moment. So there's a bit of a contradiction here going on. And I think we can see here that we need to maybe not trust Full Fact, potentially. And here's a bonus, UKC Verify. This was at the request of Debbie, who kept asking me when I was working on Kate and AI over the weekend, what about Carole Middleton? Is that true? Because we've seen online, she was in a car accident. Well, this was on a fake website, a fake news website called Birminghamist or Birminghamist, however you want to say that. And if you look at their X account, we see that they have about 30 followers, including, as of yesterday, they were able to provide a detailed account of the death of Michael Mosley, even though there's still a lot of speculation around what really happened with his life. And if you look at other websites, it's made all kinds of ridiculous claims. So please check your sources. Go back to the original source before you share anything or start spreading these ideas.
Okay, Diane, thank you very much for that. I think that brings us up to the end of the news today. But thank you very much for your segment there. Obviously, we're living in an increasingly difficult world, working out what is true and what's not true. UK Column is going to do our very best to try and make sure that the material we are publishing we can verify. And we're going to challenge the organisations who say we should trust them. And full fact, personally, I don't trust, but we'll continue to see what they do. But Diane, thank you for your work on that. And also, Mark, thank you for the update on AI. As you were taking us through that, I was simply thinking to myself, yep, these are the huge global media corporations who are there supporting the politicians, trying to get them re-elected. And of course, it's a huge weight of their publicity and media streams, which can swing ballots, whether it's in the US or UK. So to my mind, we need to get these media companies under control and out of politics, but maybe more on that another day. So I'm going to say to you both, thank you for joining me, and also a huge thank you to our audience, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being with UK Column, and a huge thank you to the people who make this possible by a monthly subscription. We'll leave it there. We will be back in a few moments for UK Column Extra, and we'll have a look at that musical video in relation to Israel, and we've also got other subjects to cover. So join us then. Thank you. Bye-bye.